Hello Libra, welcome to this reading. My name is Zane and we are going to be taking a look at the current energy for the sign of Libra for the month of July. Now Libra, do keep in mind that this is a general reading, so take the messages as they resonate, drop the ones that do not, and also check out your sun, moon, and rising signs. Now I do not offer personal readings and I will not send you a message on any platform. So do not get scammed. Let's go ahead and get a shuffle in here for you, Libra. Now I'm using the Golden Art Nouveau Tarot, the Classic Rider-Waite Tarot, and the Keepers of the Light Oracle deck. There are links to all of these decks in the description below. I'd also ask that you hit the like button and subscribe, as it really does help my channel grow in a big way. Let's go ahead and get all the cards out here, and it seems like this deck is coming out in a bunch of different ways. I do not read reversals. All right, let me make sure everything's in view here. And I think that looks just about good enough to me. We'll also take 3 cards to clarify as we go along. All right, energy on the bottom. You have the Emperor. So the Emperor is an amazing card to find. The Emperor is really the energy of success in the tarot. This person has sort of climbed the ladder to get to the throne, right? They're wearing their crown, they're sitting on the throne, and they are somebody who is a successful business leader. In fact, this is a very good omen to find in your business situation. This is the sort of energy of structure, of stability, of routine, of kind of your habits that make you successful in life. It is also the father archetype. However, just a friendly reminder, you can take on any of the qualities of these cards. I do not attach gender to my cards. And so just something to remember here. But it's definitely a very good sign to see the Emperor on the bottom of the deck here, for sure. So let's go ahead and get some more details on what this might be around. This is one of these readings where it's like there's not a clear theme immediately. There's not an immediately clear theme. So it's possible that some of you are dealing with or you're having a life reading, like a general life reading. It is also possible that there are career situations showing up here. Not getting a whole lot of love. We do have the Ace of Cups, but it's probably more about general life or career situations. Now, in the overall situation here, you do have the Five of Swords. So the Five of Swords is the card of loss. It is a challenge, okay? It is a challenge in one's life here. And, you know, this can also be the energy of defeat and struggle. Now, the thing is, the Five of Swords is completely recoverable, okay? This is also potentially recovery from loss or so forth and so on. This can talk about recovery generally. And the thing about the Five of Swords is, yes, it's a defeat, but it also says that you will be much stronger as a result of this experience that you've had. Sometimes we need to go through challenging experiences to learn about what we need to do to get better for the future. And it's definitely vibes like that for you right now here, Libra, is kind of what I'm feeling. This middle column in the current situation, this is definitely a challenge showing up, which we'll talk about more as we go along, but the future is extremely bright for you. Now, in the past, you have the Moon, you have the Eight of Wands, and you have the Ace of Cups. So there's been something here with the Moon. There's been something a little bit unclear. There's been something a little bit murky. There's been something that you've maybe been a little bit suspect about. That is certainly the energy of the Moon. The Moon may say that there's something that is not as it appears. It can also just ask you to trust your gut, trust the sort of cycle of life. And, you know, because this card can represent like the cycles of the moon, the phases of the moon, kind of just trust that things are kind of working out and things will always just kind of keep moving as they move. And, at times we have really positive phases of our life that sort of come in, and at times we deal with some difficult phases of our life as well. And that may be something going on here. This idea of like phasal or like phases, this phasal type of energy here is absolutely big for you, I think, in this month of July, kind of allowing yourself to move with the rhythm of the universe. And you have this Eight of Wands as well. I think that some of you, there might have been news that was delivered here in the past. This Eight of Wands is really good news. And so it's possible that something kind of came in and here in the past and sort of like it felt like a breath of fresh air. The Eight of Wands is things moving along. And that is definitely another theme that I feel like intuitively is coming in for you, that things are just kind of moving along. Things are just kind of inching along at this time. Eight of Wands, having all the wands in the air, kind of moving forward. It's accelerated motion. It's the feeling of getting unstuck. It's the feeling of moving ahead, the feeling of moving forward. And it is generally a positive sort of uplifting card. You have that here with the Ace of Cups as well. And the Ace of Cups is a new happy beginning in one's life. Of course, the Ace of Cups can signify the sort of seeds of a new relationship forming, a new romantic relationship forming. With the Ace of Cups, it certainly is a very good card for that. It's also just possible here with the Eight of Wands and the Ace of Cups that for some of you, there's been some happy news here in the past. There's been some happy kind of developments that have been going on here. And this may be something relating to results because you have the Emperor as well. The Emperor gets results, I've said that probably a bunch of different ways, but the Emperor absolutely gets results in the tarot. And, there's a reason why they're sitting on their throne. And so with the Eight of Wands and the happy sort of new beginning here with the Ace of Cups, it is just this feeling of results that I'm getting, especially because you have the Moon, which again, it's like something that maybe was not immediately clear to you and is now immediately clear. Now, in the current situation, you have the Death card, the Five of Swords, and the Nine of Swords. Okay, so this is certainly a challenge. I do want to try to help you sort of frame this in a new way, though. Okay, so the Death card, let's just take a look at this card. So obviously, many people look at this card and think, oh, there's death and there's dying, right? But that's actually not the case. The Death card is actually rebirth and transformation. It's change. It is the element of change here. And isn't it interesting that we do see the Moon in the background, the Moon card? Take a look at this. The two pillars of the Moon in the background there on the Death card. It's like, it's almost like some of you have had a premonition or you've had an intuition that change was on the horizon or change was coming with this death energy. Again, this is not about the loss of life. This is about change and transformation. It's about rebirth. It's about becoming something new. It's also about going deeper. It's also about going deeper into something. Like the Death card is not the surface layer. It's not the surface level. It's not the surface of the ocean that we like to swim in when we go to the beach. No, the Death card is the deep part of the ocean. And it's diving deep in there and finding what's hidden or finding what needs to come to the surface. And again, with this idea of clarity here showing up, I definitely, let me know in the comment section below what you believe this repeating symbolism means of the two pillars from the Death card and the two pillars here on the Moon. I'm absolutely going to do some research on that and what that means. But let me know what you think that is. It's possible that there's a new sort of door opening here. It's possible that there's a new door opening that perhaps might have been in front of you this entire time, but it's just now that you're seeing the door. It's just now that you're seeing the door open. Or it's possible that there's a new pathway as well that's been there the whole time, but now the pathway is sort of cleared for you as a result of some type of change that has happened. It's a deeper type of reading. But so we've talked about the Five of Swords meaning an ending or a conflict or recovery, I feel like. And again, I want to be very clear that whatever change is happening is totally recoverable. It's not like the Ten of Swords. You do have the Nine of Swords, though, as well. There's something in the subconscious here brewing. There's some troubling thoughts. There's some troubling situations here in the subconscious. The Nine of Swords person thinks that these 9 swords are going to come in and hit them, but they never actually do. It's kind of a figment of their imagination. It is this idea that they are making something out to be a lot worse than it actually is. And so when you get the Nine of Swords, there's a big sort of element of fear, or there's a heavy sort of element of fear here, Libra. However, in the future, you have a very good situation showing up here with the Sun, the Hierophant, and the Page of Pentacles, okay? And so the Sun is the best card to find in the tarot. In fact, the Moon and the Sun and the Moon, right? And so these cards come one after the other, 18, 19. And it's almost like through this struggle here, which we see in the middle, you are getting something much, much brighter as a result. The Sun is about abundant joy. I mean, look at this person on the Sun card, right? They are kind of enjoying life. They are celebrating life. They are full of an abundance of joy and happiness and pleasure in their life. The Sun is the best card to find. It is also just recognize that the planets are all around the Sun, right? And so the Sun is an extremely powerful energy, all right? If you take all of that power and you put it into a card, it is the energy of power. The Sun is also an energy of truth, okay? And so that's really, I mean, from my perspective, one of the main reasons why the Sun comes after the Moon, because the Moon is something that is maybe, as I said 100 times, not clear. The Sun shining light on whatever is dark or whatever is unclear. And so you are absolutely getting an answer here. You have the Hierophant, which is something that is traditional. The Hierophant can represent your workplace. It can represent marriage. It can represent an organization that you're a part of. It can represent higher education, like formal academia, mentors, anything like that. It's Pope energy, anything that's traditional, right? It's the energy of tradition. And then you have the Page of Pentacles as well. The Page of Pentacles is really a the Page of Pentacles says that your prospects in life are looking good. Sorry if you can hear a dog. There's a dog in the hallway. The Page of Pentacles says that in life your prospects are kind of looking up or looking good. And so again, we see a challenge in the middle, and we see opportunities coming in the future, happy opportunities or opportunities of happiness here showing up with the Page of Pentacles, the Hierophant, and the Sun. So let's go ahead and see what else we have. Let's take a look at these 3 oracle cards. Okay, so you have the Divine Director, intervention and purpose. Divine intervention is occurring. Know that you are being guided. Happiness is your purpose. You have Green Terra, supreme protection. Cords, you're being protected. Cords are being cut. Move beyond limitation and trust. And then you have Archangel Michael. You are safe. Trusting heaven, you are safe. Angels stand close, surrender your concerns, and allow a miracle to occur. You know what's possible here? It's possible that some of you are fear casting. Okay, you're fearful of something that has never happened or that might not even happen with this middle column here. Maybe you need the energy of reassurance and protection here from this Archangel Michael spirit. And just a friendly reminder, it doesn't matter if you're religious or if you're not religious, these are just energies in the cards. So just something to consider. There's this energy of you being spiritually protected at this time, whatever it is that you're going through. Also, you have this Divine Director card, which for me, I found to be one of the strongest cards in this Oracle deck. This card I have seen come forward when like my schedule changes, or things randomly get canceled or things randomly get added. I've seen that happen for people like when I used to work with clients as well, or an important person would step into your life and kind of help guide you or direct you in a certain way. And maybe it's just the universe as well, by the way, guiding you here at this time. So let's go ahead and see what else we have. Let's move up the, not move up the pyramid. Let's go. That's a different spread that I use. Let's go ahead and clarify this 9-card Lenormand. So you have the 7 of Pentacles, you have the 4 of Cups, you have the 7 of Swords, you have the Ace of Swords, you have the Ace of Cups, and you have the Star. Okay, so really like this, so we now have 3 aces, and with this Ace of Cups, and the Ace of Swords. So we have the double Ace of Cups, and then we have the 3 aces total. So that's a powerful new beginning. That's like a supercharged new start, fresh start. Maybe you're wiping, you're clearing the slate here. You're wiping something. You're like starting over. You're getting a clean slate. You're, starting new, starting fresh on something here at this time. And, maybe there have been troubles in love, maybe there have been troubles in that area, but at the end of all of this, you have this card that I've been waiting for in this reading, which is the Star. Okay, so take a look at how spiritual this message is. The Star, the Moon, and the Sun. Can you imagine the Sun, the Moon, and the Star? All of those are all extremely spiritual energies within the universe, right? There's this sense of you being directed. There's this sense of you being guided here at this time. The Star is a wish come true. It is a wish granted. It's a major card of healing, especially if you've been dealing with injuries, ailments, healing, anything like that. The Star can really bring healing to those areas. And there is something bigger than Libra at this time, okay? There's something bigger than you kind of taking place and unfolding in this reading with the Star, the Moon, and the Sun. What an amazing combination to find. And through this, we see a breakthrough with the Ace of Swords, which is clarity, clarity of thought, clarity of communication, mental clarity, divine direction or divine guidance as well. The Ace of Swords is a card as well of divine intervention, as you have the Divine Director. You also have this Seven of Pentacles, you have the Four of Cups, and you have the Seven of Swords. What I think is going on here, there may be a little bit of mind games that you're playing on yourself. There may be a little bit of self-sabotage here happening. And there is certainly boredom showing up with the Four of Cups, or maybe apathy as well. There could also just be an alternative solution to your healing or to your problem. But there may be a little bit of self-deception or self-sabotage here with the Seven of Swords. I don't necessarily think somebody else is doing this to you. I think that this is some limitation that you're placing on yourself. Let's go ahead and take a look at what's on the bottom here. You have the Eight of Pentacles. So this is positive movement forward and positive developments around talents, skills, disciplines, abilities, or it could just be positive developments in work. It's one of these readings where it'll depend on where you find yourself, but it's like things are moving along with the Eight of Pentacles and the Eight of Wands, which we had here. The Sun and the Star, amazing combination. The Emperor, amazing energy of success. And I think it's just working through what is fact and what is fiction, and asking yourself if you're sabotaging. So thank you so much for being here. If you enjoyed this, hit that like button, subscribe. Really appreciate you. I will see you in the next reading.